So now we're going to set up the MTD console. What's amusing is that they don't mention that, one of the options you do have, which I'm going to do here, is I've gone back into my MTD admin account and I'm going to generate a client. Anyway, so now I'm in the integration section of the MTD console. I'm going to click on Workspace 1. So we're just going to call this Workspace 1. We're going to put in the URL, which we're going to presume is the API. Is our API token. We're going to do certificate auth like we were just saying. Upload that certificate. We don't need to have any proxy or anything like that. Then we're going to click Create Integration. Now we're going to scroll down to Enrollment Management. We set this to on. You can see here that the integration works. It actually sees all our groups. And so we're going to pick the devices in Customer OG Smart Group. We're going to go 5 minutes as a default. We're going to set off, on. Now we're going to state sync, synchronize device status to Workspace 1. And then we have to do the tags. And see the tags we created. So we're going to go pending, activated, deactivated, unreachable, disconnected, threats present, low risk, medium risk, high risk. You get the idea. And then secured is the best one. And so I'm going to put our ITDL in there. And then now we go down to group management. That's fine. We're going to hit save changes. Changes have been saved. So we're back. So you remember in the first initial we showed the global enrollment code. So now what we're going to do is we're doing this with using the Workspace 1 Intelligent Hub app because we don't want to put more apps on people's devices. Nothing is good about that. So what we do is we go back in here. We're going to go to Groups and All Settings. We're going to go over to Apps, Settings and Policies, Settings. We're going to go Override. And then for custom settings, we're going to grab this code right here and hit Save. And that's all you're going to have to do to actually key off that fun little enrollment. So what I'm going to show you here now is you're going to see, look at all these devices, these iPhones that are getting ready to come in. Now that we have enabled things and set things up. So now these are all sitting at pending. We're going to be back in a second as these kind of kick in. So we're back here. To speed things up, I kind of force closed and relaunched my Intelligent Hub. But you can see here now it shows it's connected as of a few seconds ago. So it shows lock screen enabled, device encryption enabled, software, non-app store signers. It's kind of cool. It shows that the Lookout for Work app is built into Workspace 1, which is exactly what you had hoped it would be, which is pretty cool. Let's see what we can see from apps. So we added an App Center iOS policy. Let's see what happens. So as you can see here, there's a limitation when if you're using the Workspace 1 Hub as your gateway for Lookout. It'll address vulnerabilities, behaviors, config, malware, 0-day, that kind of stuff. But you don't get any kind of phishing or content protection. So it does make things a lot easier and a lot more basic, but let's see what happens if we enroll the device into Lookout for Work. So now that I've enrolled my devices in BYOD directly against Lookout, so I didn't deploy it yet from the App Store on Workspace 1, but we'll go over that in the next video. But now that I deployed it, you can see it shows me all kinds of apps in here. And then if I go and I go look at the cloud service policy, let's see what I find. Okay, so we find certain apps in here that are considered to be cloud-based and have concerns, like that's using AWS, stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Like I said, they do a really nice job with that overall. And you even find in some issues detected, it shows how I didn't accept my VPN permission yet. So it just kind of gives you a good idea of what you're really working with here. I think it's very useful.